motions made in the morning session. The committee determined that the following motions deal with the internal operations or ministries of convention entities. Under SBC Bylaw 26B, these motions are automatically referred to the appropriate SBC entities for consideration and report to the 2014 Southern Baptist Convention. To the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, Channing Kilgore's motion requesting that persons speaking in an official SBC capacity refrain from speaking about immigration issues as if there is an official position. To the Executive Committee, John Mark Yates' motion requesting the Executive Committee to update the provisions of Article 3 of the SBC Constitution regarding minimal standards and additional messengers. And the motion by Paul Cunningham requesting a change in reserve seating allocations at the convention. Dr. Page has advised the Committee on Order of Business that this motion was very well received by the Executive Committee and that they would welcome receiving this motion so that it can abolish this outdated practice of reserving seats for anyone other than messengers with physical infirmities.
Thank you, Andy. Are you ready for the question?
Go ahead.
Under the convention rules, these motions are referred as indicated by the Committee on the Order of Business.
Mr. President, the Committee on Order of Business requests that the Chair rule the following motions are not in order. The motion by Philip Sin requesting entities overseeing the ministries of the churches of this convention to refrain from using commercial advertising to solicit funds. There are no SBC entities which oversee the ministries of the churches of this convention. Kenneth Ryder's motion instructing the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission to investigate the American Cancer Society's stand on stem cell research. The work of an SBC entity is directed by its Board of Trustees. A motion which seeks to have the convention exercise the authority of an entity's board is not in order. Messengers may offer motions which request, but not direct, that an entity take an action.
Thank you again, my brother. The Chair rules that the motions are not in order for the reasons given.
This completes the report of the Committee on Order of Business at this time.
At this time, the Chair nominations are now in order for the office of Second Vice President. First of all, we'd like the Chair recognizes Jeff Wright, who will come and make his nomination.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, messengers. My name is Jeff Wright from Cookeville, Tennessee, Midway Baptist Church, and I bring you greetings from Middle Tennessee. I'm here this morning to give you the name of Jared Moore in nomination for Second Vice President. And I've been to enough of these annual meetings at this point to sort of feel this pressure to give you a list of accolades and to let you know Jared is the best thing to happen to the convention since fried chicken. But what I got from Jared when I approached him about serving is he said, "Tell them that I'm an average Baptist." And what I mean by that is Jared is not the pastor of a megachurch. He does not pastor a hip church plant. His congregation is not spread across multiple locations. He's like many of you. He's like me in that he pastors out in the country, far from the population centers. There are no sports arenas. There are no movie theaters. There's not even good coffee out there, right? But there are good people. And there are people who need the gospel, and there are people who need pastors. And so for 12 years, Jared has been laboring in that field. His church is a faithful Southern Baptist church. They give 16% of their offerings to the cooperative program. And so what I bring you today is a nomination for an average pastor. And I would encourage you to vote for him. I value having amongst the servant leadership of the Southern Baptist Convention the perspective of the average Southern Baptist pastor. And I think Jared offers us that, along with a firm conviction that the Word of God is sufficient to build the church of Christ to the glory of Jesus Christ alone. So please, I encourage you, consider prayerfully giving your vote to Jared Moore. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jeff. The name of Jared Moore is nominated. Now we will recognize Brother Bob Pearl for another nomination.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Bob Pearl, and I'm a messenger from Birchman Baptist Church in Fort Worth, Texas. It is my privilege to place a nomination for the office of Second Vice President of the Southern Baptist Convention, the name of Don Cass. Don's vast ministry experience and